lower the
IQ.
And start
inferior genetics, more prone to disease.
Give this lovely group, this passionate group of patriots,
I hate that,
our backdrop
that notion
here.
that everyone's the same.
Let's deliver Bob Delaney a much necessary and needed word of advice and caution.
Okay, this is to Mr. Delaney, but also to other Liberals, other MPs that support M103, and also to the Trudeau cause. Dear Mr. Delaney, I was offended by your reaction to my suffragette sisters' concerns regarding M103 at ICRA Khalid's meeting a few weeks ago. Suffragette had expressed her concerns about Canadians losing their right to free speech, outlining that we need free speech in order to maintain a free and democratic society, and that discussion is imperative in the process of reaching the logical and democratic conclusions that will impact us all. She had also talked about the horrendous oppression and violence against women in Pakistan, which is the country in which Ms. Khalid was born. Not one person at the meeting tried to respond to or open any discussion regarding my sister's concerns, and instead she was met with hostility in a room that was predominantly male. This was a complete demonstration of the lack of tolerance and inclusion for Canadian women. M103 is non-inclusive.
Right.
I need to ask you and your colleagues today, Mr. Delaney, are women welcome in the M103 discussions? Not your hand-picked professionals and politicians, but the Canadian women who have elected you and other members of Parliament. I'm talking about the women who pay your salary, not those who help you spend hours.
Right.
We want M103 to be vetoed, as it is clearly in conflict with our Charter of Rights, which already covers discrimination and hate crimes excuse me, against all religions and races. There should never be special consideration for any religion, and to do this is discriminatory and contrary to the equality that we have achieved in our multicultural nation. Not too long ago, the City of Toronto refused to grant a permit for a Christian musical festival at Dundas Square, which is the very same place that pamphlets are still being handed out encouraging wife beating. Right here in Mississauga, many cultures and races are coming out to protest prayer in the schools. During prayer at some Peel schools, the girls and boys are segregated. segregated, and the girls sit behind the boys while the girls who are menstruating sit in the hall.
Disgusting.
This sends a very negative message to young developing girls about themselves and their bodies, and the school and our government is accommodating this message. Remember, Mr. Delaney, that equality is a Canadian value. There are also numerous radical emails in Canada to promote wife-beating, child marriage, and the oppression of women. And this issue remains unaddressed by our government.
And CBC. Yeah.
Yes.
See, it's important today. CBC.
Suffragettes need to ask our government, when will you get around to doing something about this? Do you not wish to protect Canadian women and girls? Do you think that it is okay for an individual to promote violence, inequality, and hate against us? Canadians are having difficulty following our government's logic these days when injustices and inconsistencies such as these occur. Canadians must be able to criticize and discuss all religions and all ideologies in our free and democratic country. Trying to silence the speech of Canadians will not result in positive change, and we are concerned that important issues that affect a wide variety of Canadians, including women and vulnerable children, will remain unaddressed and unresolved as a result of the M103 quelling, should it ever become a law. We note that Ms. Monsef, the Minister of Status of Women, is undertaking a strategy to combat gender-based violence, but we want a specific and thorough study to be completed on the female gender and for the study to be expanded as follows. We want a motion to investigate all hate, bigotry, oppression, inequality, and violence, including sexual assaults and rapes against women and girls in Canada.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, hear, hear.
This would include a study of all races and religions of women in Canada, and we would like transparency in the study, and for all of the statistics to be made available to the people of Canada.
True statistics.
Right.
Yes. We would like a breakdown of what is going on in our society with regards to women and girls, and this would include our public school system. We want to ensure that in our schools there will be zero tolerance for sexual assaults, and that our schools will consistently model and promote gender equality and equal opportunity on school grounds at all times. We want to ensure that our school administrators and the police will be obligated and or allowed to take action against those who do not obey our laws. We also want to ensure that should a girl be sexually assaulted at school, that there is an appropriate procedure in place to treat this as a serious offense and to prevent a reoccurrence. In this motion, Mr. Delaney, all races and all religions would be included, because that is the Canadian way of doing things, lest we forget. We wish to protect all Canadians and ensure inclusivity and equality.
Bravo!
We also want a breakdown of all areas in Canada that have increased levels of violence against women and girls.
Yes, very necessary.
We would like to be able to go online and see which schools, parks, neighborhoods, malls, restaurants, etc. are female friendly and which are not based on statistics.
They'll start to shove you
We
with 5
should
of them. 4 or
also,
less.
should specific areas be high
Just take
in
the
violent
relation right in
crimes
and just
against
walk it
women,
across.
we will
Shove it
need
and
a
tell them,
thorough
Jesus Christ, this is
investigation
the right
as
way to
to
go.
why
They'll
this
lose
is
their minds.
and a
And you
concrete
say, well,
plan
what are
to
you going to do
change
about
the
it? And
situation.
you hand out flyers to all the
We will then
parents.
require the government to update us on the progress of their strategic plan to combat violence against women and girls. We also want full police descriptions of assault, rape, and pedophilia suspects, along with police sketches in order to alert the public to potentially dangerous individuals.
And
Terrific
if they ignore you, go straight to the school board. They'll
I need to remind you,
then you go
Mr.
straight to the
Delaney,
human rights
and all
commission.
government
You have to
officials,
flood the
the
commission with
Canadians
really
are
stupid
by
requests,
far
but as
some of the
everyone,
most
they really have no
tolerant
authority.
and generous people on the face of the earth.
Woman's lawyer.
And
It's
we are
not a judge.
leaders in
She's a
human
lawyer.
rights. This is why people from all over the world come here to live in our great
Going with
country
Dave Menzies, the two of
amongst
us are going
our
to question her
good
at her
people.
house. So,
We
yeah,
have welcomed in thousands of refugees and fed,
for sure.
housed,
And I'm
and
going to show
supported them
people
with
how
our tax
gutless these
dollars.
folks are. And if you ever want
We
to
have
win a
also
battle,
sent billions overseas to developing
don't waste your
countries.
time in the courts.
We are
Just
not
go right to their homes.
racist or
The last time I
intolerant,
did it.
and we resent this incorrect image being portrayed by our elected representatives.
All the
I
articles.
must also
I have all
remind
the
you
information.
that
I have their
Canadians will
information.
remember M103 at election time. And should it become a law, politicians will be campaigning to repeal it, as you must already know. The Liberals will have this motion attached to their party for a very long time, along with the members of Parliament who supported it. In the future, you will be viewed as undemocratic, dictatorial, and bigoted. Suffragettes will continue to remind everyone of this motion and give full credit to those who supported it.
Yes. Yes.
Excellent.
Excellent. Woohoo! We will not be quelled. We will not be quelled. We will not be quelled. There comes another sister. We will not be quelled. We will not be quelled. What is democracy?
Free speech!
Democracy is
Free speech!
Democracy is
Free speech!
Democracy is
Free speech!
Democracy is
Free speech!
We will not be quelled.
We will not be quelled!
We will not be quelled. Trash M103.
Trash M103! Trash M103!
We will not be quelled. Okay, thank you for you passionate patriots here. Suffragettes.
I would like to add something.
Absolutely, step up to the podium.
All right, Andrew.
I would just like to say, we want doctors. We want it mandatory that doctors report female genital mutilation. We want statements issued by the government of what they're going to do if they find people doing this horrible, barbaric practice. We want our girls protected in this country.
Yes. And we want those statistics to be made public.
Yes.
We don't want these things just going on under the radar. We want to know where and when, even if it's a suspicion of it.
Yeah, it is horrible and barbaric, and if you don't know about it, do the research, Canada, because it's coming here.
Right.
Yeah, it's already here.
Thank you.
Yep.
It's already
It's
here.
here. It's here.
It's already here?
It's already here.
Has there been any reports?
Two.
Yeah.
Two
You want to
cases.
answer that, Lynn?
Two cases. Two cases. There are two cases.
Two cases?
Of this happening. Yeah.
In Canada?
In Canada.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, they do send
All right.
some of our girls outside the
Yes,
country
they
as well.
go out of the country and they come back a different, demoralized girl.